What's going on, fellas? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and for this video I wanted to share some more gameplay with you guys using Hawkeye in his Ronin uniform. Now, if you're one of the 12 people who hasn't realized that this is one of the best uniforms in the game right now, like not just in this update, like in the game right now, I recommend that you pause this video right now, go pick up the uniform, because you're not going to regret it. If you're a Hawkeye fan, or if you just want Hawkeye to be a serviceable character in this game that you can do anything with, you should definitely purchase this uniform, because he's going to give you a top tier character. One that, in my opinion, is one of the best free-to-play friendly characters in the game. If you're a free-to-play player and you're upset that you can't get somebody like GAMBIT, who is a fan favorite, this guy is probably the closest that you're ever going to get, right, in this uniform, because his 4th skill plays out, the animation looks almost identical to GAMBIT's 5th skill, which is his most powerful skill. Now, one thing that makes him arguably better than GAMBIT is, even though Hawkeye has defense down, which we'll touch on in this video, because a couple of you guys pointed that out that I didn't talk about in my last video, but I didn't talk about it for a reason. However, one thing that makes him, in my opinion, a better character than GAMBIT is he has really good survivability, because he has damage immunity and multiple different iframes that you can chain together successfully to keep him safe basically all the time. So unlike somebody like GAMBIT, who's a glass cannon, once he gets touched, it's basically a wrap for him. With Hawkeye or Ronin, you can get touched if you have your immunity up and you'll still be golden. So he's a better character in the survivability department. And on top of that, since he's a character that has natively very high damage in this uniform and he does not rely on defense down, when you go up against bosses like Thanos, which we will do in this video, you'll notice that his damage won't change very much, if at all. So for example, somebody like GAMBIT, he'll destroy world bosses, right? He'll kill Cull, he'll kill Corvus, he'll kill Proxima, he'll kill Ebony. However, you put him up against Thanos, and you're going to notice that for the later portion of the fight, when the defense down no longer works, his damage just kind of falls off the cliff. Like, it's still really good, but it's not nearly as good as the other bosses that when you fight against them. So somebody like Hawkeye, who doesn't rely on defense down, in my opinion, is a better character in that regard. So better survivability, and the fact that he's not relying on defense down makes him, in my opinion, slightly better than GAMBIT. However, since GAMBIT is an energy-based character and Hawkeye is a physical-based character, GAMBIT is more useful overall, because you can use him at very high stages against all of the different bosses, whereas in the case of Hawkeye, since he's physical-based, you can only use him against 3 different bosses. You won't be able to use him against Skull Obsidian, and you won't be able to use him against Ebony Moss. So don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to say that overall Hawkeye is a better character in this Ronin uniform. I'm just saying that there's certain portions of Hawkeye's new kit in this Ronin uniform that actually makes him a little bit superior than somebody like GAMBIT. Just his survivability alone, just having the damage immunity and the fact that you can chain multiple iframes together, makes him a very, very, very good character. Second thing I want to talk about is the fact that in my last video, I didn't mention the fact that on Shadow Slash, there's actually a hidden defense down effect. So let's jump into the preview menu here so I can show it to you guys really quickly, and I'll explain why I didn't mention it. So when Hawkeye slashes, he gets an immediate iframe, which is a really good skill to use if you need to escape, right? For me, the rotation I always go with is 3 into 4, and then I'll use 5 right at the end. And if you have max skill cooldown, which you've been playing for a while, you have good comment cards, you will have, those are the only 3 skills you will need to have. However, right, if you want to, you can use the 2 skill just for the iframe, and at the end when he slashes, he applies the defense down. However, this defense down does not apply in World Boss Ultimate, so that is why I left it out of my initial video, because it is not important. World Boss Ultimate is, for me, the most important game mode for defense down. So if defense down doesn't apply in World Boss Ultimate, it's irrelevant to me, right? This will apply in Shadowland, it will apply in PvP, it will apply in like Conquest and those other game modes. It will even apply, I believe, in AVX. However, those game modes, you don't really need defense down to do very, very difficult content, right? So that's why I left it out of my previous video, just for those of you guys who are hitting me up in the comments. Okay, that all being said, boys, let's get right to the gameplay. The build has not changed at all. We haven't given him any urus yet, right? We're still running the CTP of energy, and I got his ISO to stage 6. It's gonna start getting awakened really soon. Honestly, I am just like ecstatic, boys. This uniform is getting to mythic, but for now, we're gonna do a stage 50 solo against this wave mode with Hawkeye. Then we're gonna play around with him a little bit in World Boss Ultimate against Thanos, so you guys can see what he can do there as well. Like, seriously guys, this is my favorite uniform from this update, and that's saying a lot, because even though Thanos' uniform has its quirks, I really love the uniform, right? And although I love Clint, I was definitely not expecting him to be as good as he now is. Like, I had high expectations, but look how those turned out when it came to Wolverine. So like, I was going in, you know, like hoping for the best but preparing for the worst. And I gotta say, man, this uniform takes my guy Clint from being 0 to 150, and I absolutely love it. Now, there's a couple things that you want to keep an eye on when you're using Clint. Now, you probably won't notice it as much in Shadowland because he moves around so much, and he's also really good at keeping enemies locked down. However, you should pay attention to enemies that have attacks that can guard break you, because he can be guard broken in his forward skill, most notably because unlike Gambit, it's not an iframe skill, right? And Hawkeye does not have super armor, so keep that in mind. Okay, he can be guard broken, and also on his 5th skill, he does have a paralysis type effect similar to Deadpool when he does that final slash and the boss and everything around him just kind of slowed down. That effect is actually on Hawkeye's 5th skill, and that's really good. Actually, why am I going back into Shadowland? Let's actually go into World Boss Ultimate, boys. I'll be tripping sometimes, so I'll show you guys how he does here. Stage 15 against Thanos, no strikers. Let's get it, Clint. All right, let's see how fast we can push him down into his final phase. Damn, that was like 2 bars of damage right there. Granted, that was with the buff from Fury. So let's see what it looks like without it. Okay, still a bar. That's not bad. And it's a constant bar that's pretty much guaranteed, even in the later stages. Let's see if we can cancel that attack. Yep, straight up canceled it. Shouldn't have used the team up because it threw off my proc timing, but I just want to see. Can we cancel that too? Yep. Okay, we're just gonna keep trolling to see how many skills we can cancel. Okay, Shuri. Don't get clapped, eh? You know what? Let me just bring out Fury. Let's get that buff. Let's see if we can still do 2 bars. Nope. Okay, so we can't cancel that one with the 5 skill. Like, seriously, this guy is basically a combination between DP and Gambit. Cancelled again. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Can we cancel again? Oh my goodness. It's so sick watching him cancel Thanos' skills. The ultimate troll. Because y'all know you'll be in the middle of one of your iframes and Thanos just freaking jumps into his iframe, cancels your skill, and then just like kills you, right? Being able to do it to him, you know what I'm saying? It's just so satisfying. It's so satisfying. Let's see if we can keep doing it. What is he gonna do? Oh, damn. Okay, just do your super Titan punch. That's what I'm waiting for. There it is. There it is. There it is. You bastard. I didn't want him to catch me while I was in like the 5th skill or something. Okay, can we cancel this? Okay, so we can't cancel that. So it seems like there are certain like limitations, certain skills, or the very least against Thanos maybe, there's certain skills that you can't like interrupt because Thanos is after all Thanos, right? So it seems like certain skills Like, seriously, I'm just gonna play around with him and see if I control every single world boss and just keep interrupting their skills, right? And see if we can use that to skip some of their transitional phases. Like, you can't do it to Thanos, it's impossible, right? Or at the very least, it seems like it's impossible. Okay, you at least buy yourself some free time during the fight, though, is what I was gonna say, because you literally slow him down. Okay, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do that Titan punch. There we go. Okay, don't get clapped. There we go, Fury. Okay. Damn, we can't. Okay, so yeah, that just basically shows that you can't like troll him to make him skip phases, or you can't delay him and make him not go into his phase when the time comes, right? But at least there's certain skills that can be canceled, so that's really, really good. Yeah, so he can definitely do this. We're not gonna complete it though. Let's just get off a couple more attacks and then let's get out of here. One more, let's see if we can. No, we can't do this one. I know we can't do this one. Yeah, you can't do this one. This one can't be canceled. All right, boys, let's jump out of here, man. I gotta say, absolutely loving Hawkeye, boys. You gotta get this uniform. It's an absolute must buy. I'm just gonna sit here for like 5 minutes and watch my ranks fall, because literally I expect to be like 20,000 by tomorrow. Seriously, guys, get on it. You're missing out if you don't have this uniform. Anyways, man, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Definitely gonna give him Urus. Definitely gonna get the uniform to Mythic. Definitely gonna awaken this. You know what I mean? I don't see too much coming out of him in PvP, but just to push rank, we might even do some type enhancement stuff after we get Thanos to 6, because we need that CTP of Rage from the Legendary Battle. Anyways, man, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.